Hello everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for simple storage. I am using the Simple Vintage Dear Santa collection, which is one of the 4 Christmas collections that was released by Simple Stories this year. And this one is one of the Simple Vintage and it's called Dear Santa. So it has lots of Santas and they are really super cute. So real classic kind of vintage Santas, you know, they're super cute. Right, so I was particularly inspired by this paper that you see that has all the different patterns on it and different swatches, and they're all sewn together using like a zigzag stitch. So I cut it all apart, as you do, and then I just put them all together on the page. I've mounted my photo on that one you can see there. And distress the edges of all. And then once I've got everything in position, I kind of create this split design where I've got a big cluster on the left-hand side with my photo and then a smaller cluster on the right-hand side that mirrors all of the different elements that are in. So I think I've got both patterns in each section, maybe minus the music notes. So yeah, I've got 2 lots of red, I've got 2 lots of the black and white, I've got 2 lots of the green, so one in each section. I just felt that the layout was a bit too white and I needed a border, so I have trimmed, I'm just about to trim my layout down a little bit and then add it onto a black border. I love the black border. It's a text print all over. It says Merry and Bright, Merry and Bright, Merry and Bright. So yeah, that's a really lovely background there. So that's just going to be my border. It's going to be a decent sized one. There we go. Distress the edges of the white, of course, and add that too. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And then as I say, I'm going to go away and get all of my elements stuck down and sewn with my sewing machine, lots and lots of zigzag stitches. Right, those 2 big clusters are now in place and I've done lots of sewing with my zigzag stitch on the sewing machine. My photo's in place. I've left some of my ends long. I've pulled some through to the back, but I've left some long on the front as well to kind of add to the vintage theme. I say I really loved the way the stitches were on the paper originally, so I wanted to recreate that once I cut them all to pieces, and just adding some chipboard pieces over on the right hand side and some foam as well, foam stickers. I always love the foam stickers in every Simple Stories collection, they're lovely. So adding the foam candy cane, and then we've got the Dear Santa, the Santa head, and one of the chipboard clusters. Over on the left, I've got Believe. That's a foam sticker, and that is one of the ones from the foam sticker or foam title stickers. And then I'm just going through my ephemera to work out which pieces I can use. And now, of course, because I've sewn all my layers down in the background, I can't tuck anything in. So I've even sewn down my photo. So it's a bit difficult to suddenly tuck in layers and different embellishments. So I kind of shot myself in the foot a bit there, because I do like to tuck things behind things. And normally all of my layers would be only tacked in place until I was happy with the final design. So the fact that I've sewn it, that makes it permanent, and it means that I can't add anything behind what I've already got. So anyway, I had to just work with what I could on top, and that was fine. It worked out okay. So I'm just adding some pieces of ephemera over here on the left hand side. I love the candy canes, and of course I can layer all those together. So I've got that big candy cane in place, and I can tuck something behind that, so that works. Added a snowflake, and I'm now just now I'm going to add a little bit of extra interest to my border. So I've got that fabulous black border on the layout, but I loved that black and white gingham scalloped border sticker on the sticker sheet, and I decided to cut that in half and put one piece on one side and one piece on the other side for the layout, and that looked lovely. I really loved the way that looks. It just kind of brought the whole thing together, really. Just gave a bit of extra added interest on each side of the layout. So just getting those in place now, adding foam pads behind those so that they stand out a little bit against the black background, because they can easily get lost in that black in that black background. So just adding those in place now under each side. Of course, that's the bit that I haven't sewn. I hadn't sewn the white edge. Yeah, anyway, that worked well. Okay, so just continuing to get everything in place. I love that little gingham heart next to the word believe. That's a piece of ephemera, and I've outlined it with a black pen as well, so that it stands out a little bit better. Just going to add some word stickers. I always really enjoy using the word stickers from the Simple Stories collections. They have lovely words and phrases always. So just going to pop those in. I usually distress the edges and raise them up on foam pads as well. So it takes a little bit of time, but I always think it's worthwhile because doing that gives them a bit of separation from whatever background they are sitting on. So those ones say, ho, 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 Santa Claus, dear Santa, and today is the best day. So my photo is of Santa in our house. So that's our lounge and our Christmas tree. And Santa, I caught him on camera, you see. So yeah, I have a motion censored iPhone, and I set it up every Christmas Eve, and I catch Santa. And obviously, when he appears, the motion sensor goes off and takes the photo. And my children always very, very excited to look at my phone on Christmas morning to see if we manage to catch Santa. So that's always a bit of fun. And we have managed to catch him pretty much every year for the last few years. So I don't think he realizes that. I think maybe he does realize that we've caught him because he's saying shh to the camera, but anyway, a little bit of extra fun with Catch Santa. Okay, so I'm just adding some extra bits and pieces to the layout. So always love using the decorative brads. You've got some chipboard on there, you've got different size brads, and they're all sticky, so they're really super easy to add to the layout. No piercing holes with spikes on the other side, and they're stuck with foam as well, so they stick really well to the layout. Just adding a little bit of journaling underneath my title there, and I've added a few stars. In this collection there are these fabulous 3D stars. They're not actually 3D, but the way that they're drawn or printed makes them look as though they are 3D, and they really do look like they're 3D, so that's pretty cool. So I love that. Just coming in now with a few splatters of black paint, and then I will be done, all finished. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed seeing the Dear Santa collection and seeing this layout come together. Yeah, I've really enjoyed using it. I have a second layout using this collection too. So yeah, thank you very, very much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland for Simple Stories using Simple Vintage Dear Santa collection.